Everybody, welcome to Badge Banter, where we feature awesome stories about the importance of the physical ID in an organization's overall security efforts. I'm Lindsay Martin-Nez, and today we have a very special guest, Tyler Smith from BadgePass. Tyler's our EVP of Sales and Marketing. Tyler, thanks so much for being here.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here.
So normally we bring in partners or some of our vendor manufacturers that we work with, but we had some exciting news here at BadgePass recently, as we recently launched BadgePass GO, our virtual badging application. So I felt like it was a good opportunity to bring Tyler on and talk a little bit about GO and the importance of it in the market. I think that Go is kind of a surprise for some people in the security industry, especially as we are kind of the voice of the physical badge people, me in particular. And I talk a lot about the importance of a physical badge. And so for BadgePass to then launch a virtual badge application, a lot of people had questions about, oh, okay, so we're also coming out with a mobile credential. And of course, I usually speak about the importance of the coexistence of those two technologies. But Tyler, can you kind of share a little bit about how we designed Go and what we think a virtual badge should look like in the marketplace?
Yeah, so I'd love to do that. So to me, we were able to bring something kind of unique to I guess the term mobile credential, right? It's what we keep hearing. And what you see in the market right now with a mobile credential, of course, is everything, it's a Bluetooth credential, or it's, something in the Apple Wallet or the Google Wallet or whatever they call it. And the physical ID is still important to us, like the visual ID. And so that was of utmost importance to us to still, bring something to the phone, but have it be, a virtual representation of your physical badge, like the one I'm wearing here. So that was important, right? And to be able to design it and make it look nice, actually heard a lot about that. Like, hey, the mobile credentials are cool, but you can't put a picture on it. You can't do this, you can't do that. And with BadgePass Go, you're of course able to do that, right? It can be a virtual representation of what you wear on your lanyard, on your reel. Which is really cool and really unique and not something that is out there right now. Well, it is now.
Yeah, absolutely. I, of course, am very excited about that and giving our customers the flexibility to have any design they want on their virtual badge. The other thing that's neat is, of course, you can issue, I still believe most of our customers will issue a physical badge and then use this virtual badge as kind of a supplement to that.
Yes, absolutely. So that's what's cool. Just like within the system, like you can kind of set it up to say, hey, I'm going to issue both, like a card or, and a virtual badge, or I've already got cards issued. I can just issue a virtual badge with this rule. So it's really nice. And that's, we've seen a lot of, I guess you'd say, requests for kind of that exact purpose to say, hey, we believe in the physical ID and wearing the ID. But also there's some, benefits to being able to have that virtual representation on a mobile device, right? So it's been cool to be able to do that.
Absolutely. I think that's a good segue for us to talk about some of the benefits of it. So from a physical badge perspective, I think that you've got tons of verticals, and Lord knows I've talked about this enough, tons of places where people will still wear a visual ID. And I think that that's still very important from a visual security perspective. To say like, hey, you belong here, you don't, but also, to create kind of a sense of community and a sense of belonging. People feel good when they wear a badge, especially when you think about students and faculty members and employees and stuff like that. So that aside, there's some real benefits to virtual badges that maybe don't exist with the physical badges. So can you touch a little bit on that and some of the benefits to Go?
Yeah, so actually we've talked with multiple companies that have, I'll just say, employees that are an employee of theirs, but they do most of their work, we'll say, in other people's homes, right? So they're going to a residence to do their job. And they wear a uniform. And we've talked to multiple ones that wear a physical ID, right? They wear it on a lanyard or on their belt. But the issue they were running into is, hey, like when that employee leaves my organization for whatever reason, it's not all the time that we get that uniform back or that we get that card back, right? So what's cool about BadgePass Go is like I talked about earlier, when you issue that physical ID, you can have it issue a virtual badge to their phone as well. The cool thing about that, though, is when that employee leaves for whatever reasons, termination, resigns, whatever, and say they don't turn that uniform in, they don't turn that physical ID in, you can go in the system and disable their virtual badge. So then it comes out of their phone, right? So the app doesn't come out of their phone, but the badge resides in the app. So that particular badge will be removed from their phone once the issuer disables it from, their app. So removes their permissions, right? So then you can say, hey, tell your customer, the residence that your employee is going to, hey, if you would like to have an extra verification of this person that's supposed to be at my house, just ask them to see their virtual badge on their phone. And if they're supposed to be there, then it will be there. And if they're not supposed to be there, then it won't be there any longer. So, which is really cool, because that is something I love, when I'm showing up somewhere and somebody doesn't know me, that I've got an identification on, they know I'm there. But that extra layer of security to say, hey, I'm an active employee here, right? I didn't work here a month ago. I'm still here, and I'm here to help you out, is really neat to me.
Love that. I think it's one of my favorite things about why we designed Go the way we did. And absolutely, I hear it all the time when people are making the case for mobile credentials is how do what about people whose physical cards you never get back? If you don't have a second step with that physical card, like some type of validation or presenting it to a reader to know it's been deactivated, it looks like, unless it has an expiration date that you've hit or something like that, it looks like it's a valid card. So this is very cool. The other thing that I'm really excited about is the way we designed it so it's tied to your phone number as a user.
Yep.
So Tyler, the human out there in the world, could have many different organizations that are issuing him Go badges with BadgePass Go. And so you may have your BadgePass employee ID on there, but then you may also have your parent badge from your children's elementary school,
right.
Or your gym membership in there. And anytime one of those is revoked, you don't work at BadgePass, you didn't pay your gym dues, or your kids don't go to that school anymore, those are removed, but you still have the Go app. So the next place you go or the next gym you join, when they issue you a virtual badge, it shows up in that same application. So super cool.
Yes, it is cool. So something that can be used, anywhere you go. So
that's right. Well, you heard it here first. So BadgePass, the badge people, we launched our virtual badge application, BadgePass Go, on October 10th. And if you're interested in checking it out, let us know. One of us would be very happy to show it to you.
For sure.
Well, thanks for hopping on with me today, Tyler. I really appreciate it. It was fun to chat about Go.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's been entertaining.
And we hope you'll join us next time as we take you beyond the badge.